Hello out there in YouTube land. I want to take a few minutes of your time here and talk about the winter storm of February 14th, 2021. So stick around and we'll get right to it. This is Surviving 2 coming to you with another video. Well, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Those of you that watch the channel regularly know that I've had a bit of problems here on the channel, and this is a little late getting out. But it's getting put out nonetheless. So here we go. Now, I don't have a lot of the stats in front of me, so I'm going to be putting a lot of the stats down here on the screen for you and everything. Now, back when this all happened, it was a pretty big surprise to a lot of people that it happened the way it did. I mean, the weather forecasters knew it. You know, they knew it was coming, but I don't think they really realized it was going to be as bad as what it was. I think once it started unfolding, they realized, holy crap. They started seeing it, and then they started putting out bigger warnings. Need to learn to speak better. And then the general public, I think, finally started realizing, holy shit, yeah, and everything. But yeah, a lot of people were really unprepared for it, you know, and I think the governments were really unprepared for it, and the utility companies were god-awful unprepared for it, you know. They had no clue. But it caused an unbelievable amount of damage, and as you can see from the notation below, that's how much damage it caused, and that's from the water damage, and I think probably crop damage, and the amount of cattle that it killed and everything else. I think it probably all got lumped together into one amount. And then also the amount of people that it killed. I mean, that was homeless people out on the street, and people that were just caught in the storm and stuff like that, and just people that were caught without power, you know, because there was a lot of homes that were without power, and they just couldn't keep warm, and they just died of hypothermia and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of things that were really bad. And then all the pipes that froze and broke and all that was part of the damage, the money amount damage too. So yeah. And what did I learn from it? Don't trust the friggin' utility companies to take care of me. I need to take care of myself. So that's one of the biggest takeaways that I got from it. And luckily, I didn't lose electricity at all. I didn't lose natural gas at all. I didn't lose water at all. To keep my pipes from busting, I ran water pretty constantly. There towards the end of the storm and everything, the water utility company was saying that, you know, they might have to start shutting us off temporarily or something like that, or knock pressure back, which they did. And I didn't realize that at one point in time. I started getting containers, which I keep empty containers aside for gathering water, but I do keep containers with water in them. And that's a side story to be dealt with at some other point in time, but the empty containers, I started gathering them all up, and I started putting them under the faucets and the sinks and all the other stuff, and started gathering up more water so that if I needed to flush the toilet, I could use them to dump in the toilet and flush it manually, you know, like that. So that way I had non-potable, God, my brain, it just went nuts. It just went out left field, left me and left my mouth all alone. Non-potable, potable, still non-potable water. So anyway, but I don't drink the water here. I don't trust the city's water. All my water is filtered, period, when it comes out of the faucet taps anyway. So I just never have trusted the water. Everything I drink is filtered. So that way I get rid of all contaminants, no matter what. It just makes me feel better. But anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent. Squirrel! But yeah, so I just kept everything, you know, and went that away with it. And one morning I woke up and all of a sudden water pressure was way down. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what's happening is the pipe's starting to freeze. And that's what I thought was going on. So I gathered together a couple of heaters and started putting them by different faucets and stuff like that and aiming them at the water lines and thinking maybe I can heat the water lines up and get pressure back up and thaw the lines out. The lines are getting frozen. Come to find out later on, I saw the news and the municipality I'm in was knocking the pressure down. They were dropping the pressure because they weren't able to get in enough water to keep the pressure up. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went back and cut the heaters off. Which after all this was said and done and the crisis was over with, the municipality said that because we asked you, I got some birds flying overhead that every year they come around. But anyway, squirrel. The municipality said, because we asked you to run your water and keep the pipes from breaking, we're not going to charge you for your water. We're going to take your last month's bill, the month before all this happened, and we're going to charge you that amount. So that's a normal amount. So that was cool on their part. That was good. But what did I learn from all this? Other than, yeah, don't trust the municipalities to take care of you for the most part with everything that's going on. One, don't trust them to supply you with electricity. So I went out and got this. That will take care of me as far as electricity in the winter time. I can take and rig it up to bring power into my abode and power the furnace blower motor. I've got gas, so very seldom do you lose natural gas, except if you're a power plant. You know, power plants around here lost gas. So, and come to find out after it's all said and done and a few months down the line, they signed off, oh yeah, we don't need gas. so we don't need to produce electricity. So that's why everybody lost their friggin' electricity around here. And they got paid for it. Anyway, that's another side subject. I'm just, that's a whole nother story that I don't even want to get into. And fucking knuckleheads. So I can run the blower motor, and I can still have natural gas, and I can heat the place. So I got the generator. It's a dual fuel. It will run on propane or it will run on gasoline, which now I have multiple sources of fuel for it that I keep on hand to run it. So I can run it for multiple days if need be, and I can probably go pick up more if I need to. But the water, yeah, like I said, I keep plenty of water on hand so that I can have non-potable, and there are other sources. Behind me there is a huge creek. If need be, I can go out and I can grab water and still have non-potable and pour it down the toilet, and I can have flushing abilities. So yeah, that's the main thing on the winter. And this is what my street looked like. It was a little wintry. This is what the backyard looked like. So it was a winter wonderland around here for a while. It was nice. I made snow cream. Lasted me for, well, I think it was, I gathered enough snow cream or snow to make snow cream for, I think it was 2 weeks. So I was set. I was a happy camper for a while, and that kept me in business for a bit. I don't think I want snow cream, at least until next year. Maybe next winter we can get some more snow. I'll be doing good. So now if the summer rolls around and we have any kind of storm damage for electric lines or something like that, I'll at least have a little bit of electricity. It won't be able to run air conditioning. I can't run 220 on it. It's just 110. But I'll have a video on it when I went to break it in and some other stuff, and I'll show you some more details on doing all that and where I store it and the covering I've got for it and some other odd and end stuff. So that's about it on that. So until the next one, y'all take care and think about what you can do to take care of yourself when the government won't take care of you. So later.
I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.
Hello out there in YouTube land. Yeah. Scratch this one. Winter weather. Take two. In 3, 2, 1. Hello out there in YouTube land. Well, I want to take a little bit of your time here and talk about the Texas Winter Wonderland that happened on February the 14th, 1921. What? All right, scratch that one. Shit.